You ever had a fake ass friend in high school? You really thought that this best friend of yours was real. They were your friend, but whole time they were a secret enemy, and they were always just playing in your face just for shits and giggles. Especially if you're autistic and you had a neurotypical friend that clearly didn't like you, clearly was not your real friend, but kept you around just for their own selfish reasons. Yeah, let's get into it. So, really, this mainly is coming from an autistic perspective where you have had friends that were horrible friends to you, but your pure heart was not able to see the truth. Okay, and here's what I feel is that when I was in high school and I had this friend of mine, we met our freshman year. Okay, so we were friends freshman and sophomore year. And this friend of mine, subconsciously, I just felt that she was fake. I felt that she wasn't real. I felt like there was just something off about her, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it just because, she would be very performative and be very kind and sweet, and everybody else liked her, and she was kind of popular and stuff like that. And even even my mom liked her, my older sister liked her. So, you know, um, and because like my family didn't really like my friends from middle school, I finally had a friend that my family liked in high school. So I kind of was holding on to that friend for their approval. It was horrible. But anyway, I'll also like to say that when you're autistic and you have these fake friends, a lot of times like our intuition is warning us and letting us know like this person is fake, this person is not a real friend to you. But because us as autistic people, especially when we're younger and we don't really know that we are autistic, and we know for a fact that we don't tend to have very many friends, we tend to like hold on to the bad friends, the friends that treat us like just literal garbage, because it's better for us to have somebody than to be alone. Because definitely when I was in high school, I was afraid to be alone. I was afraid to be by myself. I was afraid to just do my own thing, because I was afraid of being perceived as someone that didn't have any friends. I was afraid of feeling the shame and being made fun of, like sitting alone at the lunch table. Like I didn't no one wanted to do that, right? I definitely didn't. But I really feel like I gave myself a very disservice when I was back in high school, because I held on to this fake ass friend that was a horrible friend to me. And I feel like, as I've been going on my healing journey and looking back at my teen years and stuff, I've been thinking a lot about how people have just thinking a lot about stuff that has caused me trauma. And one thing about it, I gotta talk about it in order for me to be able to purge the poison out of me and release it. And this has been coming up a lot. So listen, my teenage self wants me, my current self, to talk about this so that we can all be at peace. Like I don't feel like my inner teen will be at peace until we expose this bitch for who she is. So here we go, story time. And you know me already. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say people's names and not give a flying fuck. So anyway, I attended Marian Catholic High School in the south suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. And the friend that I have, the little bitch, her name is Candace. Candace Wilkes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, Candace was the type of girl where, first of all, we were like the same complexion. So she's, bright like me. She also was very, very short. Okay, so she was like under 5 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really short. Like she was like 4'10", for whatever the case is. Like she was really tiny. So she was a cute little, and honestly, Candace was always very pretty, always beautiful, like always, like had a very, very gorgeous face. But the fact that like I don't even want to call her beautiful, because beautiful, I talk about that from the inside out. And she did not have a beautiful heart, did not have a beautiful spirit. She just had a gorgeous face. Okay, so listen. So Candace was the type of person where she was short, she was light skinned, she had a very pretty face, she had braces, she was getting her teeth fixed and stuff like that. Like she was the type of girl where like she didn't really have like a ugly, awkward phase growing up, like around freshman, sophomore year of high school, I was really, really going through my funny looking, awkward, ugly duckling phase. And she didn't have that awkward phase. So when you don't have that awkward phase during those developmental years of your life and you know that you're pretty, like she's basically the type of person that knows she's pretty and treats other people as less than, treats other people like shit because she feels like she can get away with it because she was pretty. She also had the type of mom that was, like she had a very young mom, and I feel like her mom was a type where it's like those girls are jealous of you, and that's how they feel. Like the one that like just filled up your head and gave you a big head, boosted your ego and stuff like that, and like it was just like pretty much got her attitude from her mom. Because even when like I met her mom, when we would like go over her house and stuff, something about her mom felt very fake as well. Like it just felt very like forced and performative, and I felt it from both of them. But here we go. So the reason why Candace was such a fake ass friend is because she was the type of friend that would be friends with people that would bully me. Okay, so there was this one friend of hers that she had known since like middle school. This was like her like a middle school best friend. And that middle school best friend, her middle school best friend, I'm gonna say her name, Jamie. Her middle school best friend Jamie did not like me just from the first fucking time she ever met me. And basically, like, I'm not gonna tell her to not be friends with somebody because they were already friends first, but Jamie was the type where like she wouldn't really go out of her way to like fuck with me. She just was a type where like I don't really like her, so I'm gonna just kind of like mind my business and just do her own thing. So Jamie wasn't really the problem. At first, it wasn't until Jamie had befriended this other big girl named Hanaya. So Jamie was a big girl, okay, and Hanaya was also a big girl. Now Jamie was actually pretty, like she had a very pretty face, you know what I'm saying? And even though Jamie was a big girl, she had a good shape, you know what I'm saying? Like curvy, whatever. And she had a pretty face. So, but Hanaya, she was a big girl, but was like a big girl, like disproportionate. Like she didn't have a good shape. She wasn't curvy. She wasn't like, Jamie was thick, but Hanaya was just a big girl, no type of shape, no, nothing, whatever. Didn't even have a pretty face. And Hanaya was the type of person where she really was just a damn bitch, okay? So when Hanaya didn't like me, and Hanaya would be a bully, and when Hanaya and Jamie would like be friends with each other and they would team up together, Hanaya was the type of person where she would be like that poor influence on to other people, to be like Hanaya was a bully, so she would like bring other people in to like bully other people as well. So basically what would happen is like, at some point in time, Hanaya started like subtweeting me on Twitter and talking shit about me. And then when I would start subtweeting her back, Hanaya was the type of person where she was very hypocritical. Like she was the main person, like, I don't understand how you're sitting behind a keyboard and texting all of this stuff, and it's just cowardly and childish because you're talking all of this stuff about people, but you won't say it to their face, when she was the very same person that did the same exact thing. So it's like, how are you claiming that's childish when you do the same fucking thing? She was a hypocrite, right? And there was this one time where Candace had Candace was friends with Hanaya and with Jamie. And stuff will happen where like, if I would be walking with Candace, then Hanaya would speak to Candace and say, hi Candace, but wouldn't say anything to me, just be rude as fuck. And then there was this one time where Hanaya and Jamie basically teamed up together and they're like, we want to confront Terry about what she's saying about us on Twitter and everything, because like I was subtweeting them too, but so were they, you know what I'm saying? So they wanted to confront me on the stuff we were talking about on Twitter. Then what happens is basically they tried to like force Candace to like lure me in, because Candace was that middleman and she was playing both sides. So they wanted to use Candace to lure me in so that way to set me up just so that they could confront me. So basically this one day Candace was like, after school, Candace is like, okay Terry, come here, because you're gonna need to get you a thick layer of skin, because they're going to confront you about about the Twitter stuff. They want to talk to you. They want to have a conversation, but I'm going to be there defending you. And after school, I had to end up leaving, had to go home, so it didn't happen. So the very next day, we're at the lunch table, and Candace invites those two girls at our lunch table. And then at that point, Candace goes, okay, well, listen, I'm not defending nobody, but if y'all want to go ahead and confront her, then go ahead and confront her. Like, set the whole thing up.